Scenario C. You are the new manager of a call center. You have 2 full-time staff members and 15 part-time employees. The part-time workers are virtually all students in college. They work 10 to 20 hours a week. The call center has been underperforming. People come to work just for the paycheck. But it's clear that morale is low, and as you have your first staff meeting, you begin to realize one of the reasons for the low morale. Very little effort has been made to disguise the fact that the break room is a cinder block room in the bowels of the company. The drink machine is always broken, the coffee machine is erratic, and the cracks in the walls seem to grow day by day. As the new manager, the company has 2 full-time workers, 15 part-time workers, who are majority students. They work about 10 to 20 hours per week. People just work for their paycheck. They have a low morale / their motivation is really low. The break room is in the lowest part of the company. The drink machine is always broken. The coffee machine acts really erratic. There are cracks in the wall that seem to grow day by day. No one likes you, no one knows you, and no one respects you yet because you're new management, and there's lack of faith between high ranking management and the employees, thinking you will ever get this the theory mission accomplished. To apply to this situation is transformational leadership, and transformational leadership is well, it's broken up into 2 parts, and the first part is transactional leadership, which is it refers to the bulk of leadership, the leadership models, which it focuses on the exchanges between um, the the leader and their followers. Um, Transformational leadership is the process whereby a person engages with others and creates a connection that raises the level of motivation and morality in both the leader and the followers. The reason why I chose this theory was because in the scenario there seems to be a lot of lack of morale, motivation, and not a lot of support between the leaders and the followers, where the workers don't have faith in their management or they don't have faith in themselves to get things done. And to run a company, it can't be run off of what you, in the moment, your emotions. It can't be run off of that. It needs to be, in a sense, a well-oiled machine with all the gears turning and everything working together, kind of like a functionalist approach where everyone in the company has a part, and if they don't play their part, then the company would suffer. How I personally would apply the theory, I would essentially start to try and change the behaviors, like set strong role models, um, have the leaders show that they have competence, have everyone articulate their goals and what they would like to accomplish, whether that be for the day, week, month, 6 months to a year, things like that. The leaders would have to communicate their high expectations to their followers and vice versa, whether that be what they would expect of each other or what they would expect of the work that they would be producing. Um, Everyone would need to express confidence in confidence not only in themselves but in others. Of they feel confident that, say, Bob in the next cubicle over would get his work completed in time to fill the quota. Now, leaders would also have to arouse motives, so they would have to create ways to get their followers motivated. These leaders in the company from the management would have to possess dominant characteristics. They have to have the desire to influence somebody, because there's a clear difference between being able to inspire somebody and having the desire to inspire somebody. If you don't want to do it, then your message might not come across as something that can better your followers or better your company. Leaders need to be self confident, because without their confidence can be overflowing, and it can be contagious and infectious when not done in the right way, but given off in the right way, in a positive way. Leaders also have to have strong moral values. Their moral values kind of have to be the set examples for the company, and if they aren't, and if they're not strong enough, then that's when the followers and employees begin to have a low sense of morale, and then they don't know what really to follow, and that's when things become very complicated. Um, the effects on the followers would be, they would definitely have more trust in their leaders' ideas and how they think and how they approach things. They would have a belief in the They would be. They would believe that they're more similar to their leader, rather than, oh, this is my leader, this is me. It'll be more of a, oh, we're kind of more so like co-workers, on the same level here. Um, they wouldn't really question anything. They would just accept it with open mind and know that it's okay that if things aren't perfect. They would show kind of like an affection, like they would be more friendly, they'll be more open to their leaders, which can be very hard if your leader doesn't possess those characteristics that they need to have, or those behaviors. The followers would the followers would begin to show obedience and listen and not really have a problem. Kind of goes along with the unquestioning acceptance. They would also they would be more emotionally involved, which they would need, because if they're more emotionally involved, then people wouldn't just come to work for a paycheck. They'll come because that's something they would want to do, and they're in customer service, so they should care about how they are and how they come in and how they act. The followers would definitely have a heightened sense of goals. Their bars wouldn't be set as low, so the call center definitely would start to improve their performance little by little. I wouldn't expect it to be something that's overnight or too dramatic. It'll definitely be something that it can fluctuate over time depending on how stern or how influential the leader is. The workers definitely would have an increased confidence after. They'll also, the increased confidence would lead them to maybe work more hours, and definitely change the amount of full time workers that are there between the full time and part time, because you only have two full time workers and like 15 part time who are mostly students. College students tend to have busy schedules, and then even college students kind of are growing into their own and figuring themselves out. So confidence is definitely not a strong point for them. It fluctuates. So you would want to have more full time workers who would definitely be adults and more so in the real world, and would have a set mindset. Would more likely have stronger moral values, a better attitude towards life. It'll also really better the company. Um, Also, along with the other few changes, you might want to make the break room more lively and not in a place, not at the bottom of the company, because you want to be able to show your workers that you value them and you don't want them at the bottom, because in a sense being at the bottom is the lowest, and at the lowest no one cares about, so you would want to show them that you care. Make sure that the facility is not looking broken down, because also the facility can have a great impact on a person's attitude. If you walked in and it's dingy, grungy, broken down walls, cracks everywhere, you wouldn't necessarily have the best of mood. You can come from having the best of mood, but it's kind of like, in a sense, it's synonymous to like a seasonal effectiveness disorder, where your mood will change due to the weather and you go accordingly that way. Definitely have like drinks in the coffee machine, like always working at pristine shape. These are people that have to either be on the floor talking to people all the time. You do want them to have a beverage. You don't want them to like have dry throats. Keep them awake, keep them real lively. Yeah, and then with all this newfound confidence and these changing of behaviors, like your employees wouldn't doubt the task that management would be giving you to accomplish. It would be more so, oh, we can definitely do this. It'll be very positive. It wouldn't be such a negative, down environment. It'll be very positive. This scenario is very realistic. There are many other scenarios like this. I'm pretty sure that there are companies going through this day to day. You just basically have to focus on valuing your workers, making sure that the environment is correct and proper for them to sustain a positive attitude and sustain a positive outlook and positive work ethic. Um, Definitely, you would want a transformational leadership. You would want to change the aspects and change how leaders are, so that it's kind of like a trickle down effect. It comes down into the followers. Excuse me. Definitely, again, change the dynamic of the workers that you have, because also that can greatly affect, mood and quotas and the morale of the company. Of course, there's, different mindsets like maturity and things like that. Um, there's just little things. It's the little things in the company that you would want to point out and fix. Well, that's my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope you did. This is a really interesting project. I kind of liked it.